everyone, this is going to be the first episode of my advice series. I had a request to do a video on boys. I haven't prepared anything, so this is really just going to be a ramble about my opinion. It's just strictly my opinion, and if you don't want to follow this advice, then you really shouldn't. Firstly, I want to say, if you have a crush on a boy, you really need to assess what it is that you like about them before making a move. I watched this movie, I think it was a couple of days ago, and it really explained exceptionally well exactly what I'm talking about. Basically, he was saying that on its own a cow was just a cow, but in a painting there's a meadow and a stream and a sky and a beautiful landscape as well as just the cow. So you've got to look at all the features. I guess what I'm trying to say is, if you like this guy because he has amazing eyes, then you've got to look at his personality too. You've got to look at everything about him, not just his eyes. After that, you can really assess whether or not you should make a move, because if you like him just for aesthetic reasons or just for his personality and you don't see any actual physical connection with them, then you're not going to make an amazing couple. As far as making the first move, I think if you have the confidence to do so, you really should. But just be a friend. Don't be, too full on to begin with. I can hear my neighbours in both yards, so once again they're probably going to think I'm talking to myself. To make that first move, I'd just go up and say hey. Nothing too drastic. Don't tell them your life story or anything, and don't be an interviewer either. Just try and be as witty as possible. Assess what's going on around you, make jokes. Just be a friend, really. Just talk to them how you would to your friends. Personally, I would never ask a guy out. I lack that confidence, but if you have that confidence and you feel like you can do it, then go ahead. Okay, so you've asked the guy out, or he's asked you out. Now you're at that first date stage. I just like to say, don't snog him, because it's awkward. If you want to snog him, then do it because it feels right. Don't do it just because it's really awkward and you want to ease the tension. I would also not suggest going to the cinema, because you literally won't talk to each other and you won't get to know each other, so you don't really know whether or not it's cool yet, Oh, unless you've talked a lot before, then I guess the cinema's pretty much perfect. You also want to assess how far you want to go, how your limits basically, and don't rethink your limits just because you're in the moment or anything. Just think about what you want from the whole thing, and think about your values as well. If you don't want to have sex before marriage and stuff like that, then don't reassess that just because a guy's come into your life. But at the same time, if you don't really care about stuff like that, then have fun. The first week of your first relationship is always really tricky. I remember when my first boyfriend, it was really awkward and I didn't really know how to deal with it, because obviously you've just left singledom for the first time and it's really alien. Sorry about that was. But you've got to work past it because it is worth it. So just persevere and don't get too nervous about the whole thing. Try and be yourself and try and enjoy it. One thing I would say, and you don't have to take this advice if you think I'm wrong or anything, it's just my opinion. I would never, if a guy compliments you, I wouldn't go, oh no, I'm so ugly and stuff, because I've heard, and I've seen it on guys, that they kind of get annoyed about it. I don't know, they get pissed off about that. I don't know why. Ask a guy. If a guy tries to get you to do something that you don't want to do, they're going to respect you more if you stick to that. So if you don't want to send him a weird picture of yourself, then don't send him a weird picture of yourself, and he'll respect you after a while, because yes, guys won't say no to sexual things, but at the same time, when it comes to girlfriends, they want a girl that's less willing, because it only makes sense. They're obviously going to know themselves that you won't try it on with other guys, whereas if you're really easy about it, they might rethink it and think, oh wait, but she'd give it to anyone really. Friends are really important. You've got to try and get along with your boyfriend's friends or your guy friends' friends, because at the end of the day, their opinion is what really counts to the guy. Guys, in my experience, really do care about what their friends think. If their friends don't think that you're a cool girl, they won't be 100% behind you, and he's more likely to want to dump you because, you know, their opinion really counts. So again, just treat his friends like your friends. Also, I'd like to say be nice. If someone asks you out and you don't like the look of them, don't humiliate them. Just be nice about it, you know, because other guys around him will assess the situation and sort of think, whoa, I'm not asking her out ever, look at the way she's treated him. You've got to be nice about things. And the final rule that I definitely need to get across is be yourself. Don't pretend to be someone you're not. If you think he'll like you, if you're more girly and more, then, you know, he won't like you for you. And if you start going out, he'll realise that that isn't you, and it will just end in disaster. You've got to be yourself from the start, so that if you want it to go somewhere, it will, because he gets to know you, and he doesn't have to realise that you're not the person he thought you were. Now, this is all my opinion. I don't want you to think, oh crap, I don't do that. What am I supposed to do? Because it's just my opinion. And I'm sure if you don't follow my rules, then you're absolutely fine, and that's your opinion. You should stick to it and not change your opinion just because of what I said. So hopefully this has been somewhat helpful. If you have any other queries, then please let me know in the comments below. And if you have any other areas that you'd like me to shed light on, then let me know. It doesn't have to be on boys, it can be anything, you know, grieving, friends, personal style, finding yourself, teenage years, anything, you name it, I'll try. Bye, take care everyone.